My dear students, as we were discussing about different components of applicant's evaluation form, there are a few more components which we need to discuss and which must need to be the part of applicant's evaluation form. For example, there must be a component of plans for future. So there are some kind of options given here. The first option is quite poor, poorly defined goals and appear to act without purpose. So this is one thing. Then there's another thing that wants a job but is not thinking beyond the job. So this is in between somewhere. And the best is ambitious, industrious, and has plans for getting ahead in the company or in that particular job. So you have to tick the appropriate one while taking an interview of the candidate. Applicant's motivation. This is the most important component, my dear student, which you must need to be evaluated during an interview. So here is a question. What factors appear to be influencing the applicant's consideration of a position with our company at this time? So what are the factors which are motivational factors to be the part of your company? And the second question is quite different. Why is the applicant is leaving their present position? So one thing, what are the motivational factors to join your company? And what are the reasons that the person is leaving the company? So it must be asked during the interview. Then number 3 is the possible reservation. What reservations or concerns, if any, does the applicant have without the position? So there are some factors which need to be considered as a part of a reservation, and these factors are work location, travel of the people, compensation, advancement, and opportunities. So such kind of reservations can be asked by the applicant, and you must need to mention those reservations in the applicant's evaluation form. Then there are other positions. This is very interesting thing that you have a candidate and he is interested to be an assistant to the human resource director, but you may have another position of a procurement or admin officer in procurement. So does the applicant seems to be the more suitable for another position, other location? So if the person is suitable, then you can consider that person for any other position in the company. And then there are apparent assets and limitations. What are the applicant's apparent assets and limitation, and what training and development is recommended to the applicant if he would be hired in the company? And then the overall evaluation. There are 3 options. Favorable, yes, good, wonderful. The persons can be selected. Marginal, okay. So if someone is not good applicant would be in the organization, then you can select this one. And the third one is unfavorable, that no, this person is not recommended and you should not recommend him for that particular position. And then your comment. And then the last question, would you recommend the applicant be given a further interview or job offer? Yes, no, there are options. Sometimes you can consider a person for another interview, or you are not interested. And then you have to mention the interviewer name, your own name, signature, and your own position. So this kind of evaluation form is quite helpful in selecting people. Evaluate the job at the end. The HR practitioner must ensure that all the information required has been gleaned, that the interviewer objectives were achieved, that the interviewer and the interviewing techniques are evaluated, and the batting average reviewed, and the right people being selected for this particular position. This can be done by looking at labor turnover figures and by comparing performance appraisal assessment against assessment made during the employment interview. So all these questions must need to be considered, and by this way you can reach on the conclusion whether the person need to be selected. So this component is the last one for the interview components, and after that interview components we may need to consider certain things such as the medical examination, selecting a vendor for the reference checks, and some other things to get information about the candidates for giving them a final offer. So after this session, we will discuss all those components in detail as well.